It's no secret that typography is one of the most important and crucial aspects of graphic design. But to many, how to properly use typography is quite an elusive secret. In today's video, I have real-life examples that will explain some of the most useful and lesser-known tips of using typography. You've seen many videos by me and other designers on kerning, alignment, and so forth, but today's video will go beyond that as we explore some aspects of typography that many people don't consider. The first point in today's video is that you should consider your design's personality. So let's take a look at some examples. This gorilla design looks pretty neat, however it is in need for some typography. If we use the logo design process as an example here, when you're thinking about the brand or your client in a logo design project, you will generate some keywords that will relate to that client. And so I would like you to look at this poster design and think of some keywords that best describe the personality or the overall emotion of the poster. You can pause the video if you want to have a good think about it, and then let's come back and review the keywords. So the keywords I generated for this design here are loud, because the mouth is open and there's a shouting depiction. Also impacting, because of the jagged lines coming from the ape's mouth. And also modern, due to the technology that we can see in the VR headset and also the headphones. So we have impacting, loud, and modern. And with that in mind, what kind of font would you choose to match the personality of this poster? An uppercase lettering would match the loud and impacting aspect of it, and also a sans serif font would match that modern vibe. Also, a tall font will match the impacting nature too, and maybe even italics to express the loudness of an action. So as you can see, this is the first example, and it's quite easy to properly match a font to a design just by thinking about the personality of the design itself. But we do have a lot more interesting and useful things to think about in today's video. There is a really effective way of matching a font to a design just by considering the shape and the form of the design itself. So we're going to look at some examples to justify this point. It isn't always the case that typography styles will visually complement the shape and the form of a design, but it's quite common if you do look properly. Here is the first example of a simple poster design, but what shapes do you see that are prominent and are really obvious? How would you match the typography in the pink area to complement the shapes of this design? Well, choosing a tall and a bold font will complement the white Polaroid style shape, and this would be a good choice for this example. These subtle decisions that designers make can really have a huge difference on the design itself. But let's take a look at another example. So here is a flat geometric design, and we're going to place some header text in the top left corner in that purple area. What will the text appear like regarding the shapes that you can see on the design? Again, feel free to pause the video if that's what you want to do. So on this design we can see a lot of squares, and so a bold sans serif font that fits perfectly into a square would be a good choice for this style of design. And so I hope you can see how shape and form can dictate the style of font that will work on your designs. Good, efficient designers understand that leading the viewer's eye is very important on designs. And so the third point in today's video is where we combine shape direction with typography direction. Often, shapes lead to typography. In the first example, you can see the pink line of adage shows how the blocky rectangles progress from the left to the right, and the main typography is following this trend as well. Also, thinking back to the shapes in the previous point in today's video, we again see some resemblance with the rectangle shapes and also the typography. They share a similar shape. In this second example, we can see how shape is literally pointing to the focal point text. In designs, it doesn't have to be this obvious, but using shape and line to lead to text is very common, and it's often used to point to the main textual attention that the designer regards as most crucial and most important. And remember, if you want to learn more about graphic design and really elevate your designs to the next level, click one of the videos on screen now. Subscribe to my channel for weekly graphic design content, and until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.